Good afternoon. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to afternoon news source only here at Daily Tribune. We are now live at Daily Tribune PH on YouTube and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines, Vice President Sara Duterte petitions the Supreme Court to pause impeachment proceedings in the House, citing constitutional limits. Executive Secretary Ralph Recto met firms to discuss measures addressing oil shocks amid the Middle East crisis. The House Committee on Justice subpoenas SEC Chief Francis Lim over documents linked to VP Sara and her husband. MMDA suspends number coding April 9 for Araw ng Kagitingan. Free MRT3 and LRT2 rides offered. Israeli PM Netanyahu supports Trump's temporary ceasefire with Iran, excluding Lebanon amid regional tensions. Philippine unemployment drops to 2.66 million in February, lowering the rate to 5.1% from 5.8%. Rory McIlroy aims for consecutive Masters victories. Top contenders include Scheffler and Deschambault. Actor Gerald Anderson launches Chivera, his second river resort, in Zambales following his 2020 beach resort. Today is April 8, 2026, Wednesday. I am V.A. Angeles bringing you today's top stories. Let's get started. Vice President Sara Duterte has filed a petition with the Supreme Court seeking to halt impeachment proceedings against her in the House of Representatives. Her team says the move is not meant to avoid the process but to ensure it follows constitutional limits. Duterte is asking for a temporary restraining order and a final injunction against the House and its Justice Panel regarding the Sabalia and Cabrera complaints. Meanwhile, House Representative Terry Ridon claims the petition misrepresents facts and attempts to mislead both the Supreme Court and the public. Executive Secretary Ralph Recto met with major business groups on Monday to discuss measures addressing rising oil prices amid the Middle East crisis. The meeting, following President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s directive, focused on cushioning businesses and consumers from oil shocks while maintaining price stability. Recto assured sufficient supply and pledged efforts to reduce logistics costs, manage port congestion, fast-track renewable energy adoption, and expand digital work opportunities. He also urged private sector cooperation in energy-saving measures and preventing unfair pricing practices. The House Committee on Justice has subpoenaed Securities and Exchange Commission Chief Attorney Francis Edrelin Lim to submit certified copies of documents on companies linked to Vice President Sara Duterte and her husband, Mans Carpio. Lim is also required to appear before the panel at its hearing scheduled for April 14. The subpoena is part of ongoing inquiries into the business interests of public officials as lawmakers seek transparency and compliance with regulatory and ethical standards. The MMDA will suspend the expanded number coding scheme on April 9 in observance of Araw ng Kagitingan. Drivers are advised to plan their trips carefully to avoid traffic inconveniences. Meanwhile, MRT3 and LRT2 will offer free rides on the holiday. MRT3 veterans can also enjoy free rides from April 6 to 11 during regular operating hours. At LRT2, free rides will be available from 7 to 9 a.m. and 5 to 7 p.m., encouraging commuters to take advantage of the holiday transport benefits. Israel's PM Benjamin Netanyahu has expressed support for U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to suspend the tax against Iran for 2 weeks. Israeli media report that Netanyahu clarified the temporary ceasefire does not apply to Lebanon. The announcement comes amid heightened tensions in the Middle East, with international observers closely monitoring developments. While the pause offers a brief window for diplomacy with Iran, regional security analysts warn that conflicts outside the Iran front, including in Lebanon, remain active and unresolved. The PSA reports that unemployment fell to 2.66 million in February 2026 from 2.96 million in January, but remains higher than last year's 1.94 million. The labor force grew to 52.09 million with only 271% of the 994,000 new entrants absorbed into jobs. This pushed the unemployment rate to 5.1%, down from 5.8% in January. Employment reached 49.43 million while underemployment eased to 11.8%. Analysts note that ongoing global challenges, including the Middle East crisis, could further affect the job market in the coming months. Rory McIlroy aims for back-to-back victories at the 90th Masters starting Thursday, Manila time, after completing his career Grand Slam last year. World number 1 Scottie Scheffler and Bryson DeChambeau led a strong field in firm, fast conditions at Augusta. McIlroy, recovering from a recent back injury, says he is fully prepared. Scheffler, for the birth of his son, feels rested and ready. DeChambeau, who won last month in Singapore and South Africa, believes a firm course favors precision. Other contenders include Cameron Young, Tommy Fleetwood, and Justin Rose. Kapamilya star Gerald Anderson has opened his second resort in Zambales called Chivera, located in Cabangan. On Instagram, Anderson shared a video of the river resort, saying he has worked hard to perfect every detail for guests. His first beach resort in Botolan opened in 2020 and later added a campsite. Meanwhile, Anderson continues his acting career, currently starring in the ABS-CBN series Blood vs. Duty alongside Richard Gutierrez, Bella Padilla, Barbie Imperial, and Baron Geisler, which premiered this Monday. The PSE closed in positive territory on midday trading, with the PSEI rising by 135 points or 2.27% to settle at 6,093.27. The broader all shares index also gained 1.66%, leading the rally were mining and oil up 6.30%, and property, which climbed 3.28%. Financials and holding firms also posted strong gains. Among the most active stocks, APL led with a 7.46% increase, followed by APX and BDO. Meanwhile, URC was the lone decliner among the top traded shares. Katribu, did you know on April 8, 2013, the United Kingdom mourned the death of Margaret Thatcher, the country's first female prime minister. She passed away at the age of 87. Known as the Iron Lady, Thatcher left a lasting legacy on British politics, leading the nation from 1979 to 1990, with a controversial but transformative tenure. Now on TikTok is a video uploaded by content creator Boss Rufo, featuring co-creator Queen Pitik, giving a shout-out to McCoy Dubs. The video drew laughs from netizens because of the twist on the shout-out. Let's watch this.
Pangalan, kay itong half na pitik para sa iyo at tumawa smile.
That is all for now. Join us again at 4:30 p.m. still here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. Once again, I am VA Angeles, and this has been Tribune News on Q.